Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Progression Point
Podcast.
Yes. And it's your boy Corey.
And it's your boy Ty.
This is episode Cinco. Number 5. What's going on, man? How you doing, Ty?
Man,
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling blessed. Episode Cinco, bro.
Cinco.
We were supposed to have an episode last week, wasn't we?
We were supposed
to have an episode last week, but an episode did take place last week.
Yes. Yes, it did.
An episode took place last week. I told you I want to talk about it. We're going to be about it.
Let's do it.
Before we start getting into what we're going to talk about, which is our topic of the day, is great value.
Yes.
So I don't want to spend too much time on what I'm going to bring up, but I feel like it will help segue into what we're about to talk about. So last week we were scheduled to do the podcast episode.
Yep.
And I met up with my mans here,
Yep.
Mr. CC.
Yep.
No Sabathia.
No.
And I've just been recently going through some things, right? And financially, things have kind of hit your boy really, really hard. And I've been struggling with pride like it was nobody's business the whole day. The whole day. Like I went through a situation with my wife where I felt like she was trying to challenge me a little bit. And I battled the pride in that day, which was last week. Then ended up going to the store because we kind of limited on funds right now because I'm trying to transition out of the church, find a new career, sense of direction, and we're kind of going through this Daniel fast right now, really wanting to hear from God.
Yep.
And went to the store and Discover Card declined and rejected the transaction in front of all these non-black folks. And so that was embarrassing, and Discover Card said, nope, not until you make another payment. And so I try to, rush in and meet up with my man and, just had a bit of like a breakdown,
It
man.
just wasn't clicking.
Things just wasn't clicking, bro.
It wasn't clicking.
And I want the world to know who this dude is. I haven't been knowing my man Corey for super long, but this dude is a man of valor. This is a man of integrity, and he looked out for your boy. Not just for me. He looked out for my family last week, and I didn't have no gas in one of the cars, and didn't have a lot of money to really go out and just even get food for the fam. You know what I'm saying? And not a lot of people will talk about real things right away. Sometimes people want to wait until they go and manifest a breakthrough.
Right.
We talk about that, and we don't want to be those dudes that when you hear us have a success or overcome an obstacle that we've overcome it like weeks ago or years ago, and it's far behind us. No, this was last week. Finances are still the same.
Yeah.
Right. So nothing has changed dramatically, but except for that moment, like in that day, one of the things I would definitely say, not only did my brother assist my family and myself financially, but just his words of encouragement, man, willing to step into a place of brotherhood completely, not just in a monetary aspect, but just in words of affirmation, sending text communications. He's just a consistent, solid dude. And it's one of those things that when you find someone that's being a real friend, that is a rare thing in society where everybody's very much about what can I do? What can I get out of what I'm trying to accomplish? And I'm gonna be 100. Like, I'm a prideful dude, and I'm still struggling with that. That's not something I'm trying to take ownership of. That is something that I am asking God to kill ASAP.
Right.
But I definitely wanted to kind of spend a few minutes on that, bro, just to kind of let you know, since last week, God has just been doing just radical things in my perspective of self.
That's awesome, bro.
And perspective in just getting my family more actively involved and just, participating in this breakthrough of what we're looking for God to do. And I feel like it makes sense into understanding what great value is, and what we're about to talk about in our podcast episode today.
Yo, but before we get started with that, bro.
Yes, bro.
So I came up with this segment called
A Word?
Oh, yeah.
We gotta have a word segment, man.
A word, yes.
So y'all will be hearing a word, like y'all gonna be hearing that. But man, so everybody knows Virgil Abloh, right?
Yes.
We all know Off-White the brand.
Off-White the brand. Kanye's boy.
Right, Kanye's boy. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I wasn't really feeling like the Off-White that much.
Yeah.
But being out here, like that's growing on me. The fear of God joints them.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I ain't
Fear
gonna lie
God.
to you, bro. Like
yeah, bro.
Fear of God got some dope threads, bro.
Yeah.
So like it's been growing on me. But man, I did not know. Tell me if you knew this.
Okay.
That Off-White, that Virgil Abloh sold his company to. I want to. Oh, let me look.
Okay.
I
I did discover it. Yeah,
LVMH Group.
Yeah.
I believe they're owned by.
So that's Louis Vuitton, Moet, and Hennessy.
Yeah.
That's the.
LVMH looking to take a stake in Off-White. So yeah, New Guard Group.
New Guard, yes, yeah.
So like my man Ty said, they own parts of Hennessy. Man, hold on. Let's look and see. Let's see what LVMH owns.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't even think.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't.
Let's see who their subsidiaries are. Let me use the correct terminology.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, just to name a few. That was gross. Louis Vuitton, Dior. My wife loves Sephora. Fendi, Givenchy, Bulgari, Hennessy, Tag Heuer. Bro, like, they subsidiaries is ridiculous, bro. I mean, the list just keep going.
DKNY.
Dog. Okay, so check this out. I learned that 𝙿𝚾𝙾𝙸𝚃. So, okay, let me rewind this.
Okay.
Virgil Abloh, he didn't sell, like, he still has the leasing agreement.
Okay, so as a licensee.
As a licensee.
Okay.
So, so basically, he still gets a cut off of anything that they get that he.
So they own like the rights to the brand, but not the brand identity.
Exactly.
So he can do whatever he wants with the identity, but they can, as it relates to the brand, it's kind of like theirs.
Yeah.
But he can decide to do Off-White, what he does with Nike right now.
Yep.
That's his relationship with Nike, not the New Guard Group.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But okay, so he kept the licensing agreement, but DKNY, 𝙿𝚾𝙾𝙸𝚃, is not on her. She has nothing to do with that brand.
So 𝙿𝚾𝙾𝙸𝚃 is just a face.
She's nothing.
Oh, so she kind of walked away.
She walked away.
Oh wow.
She sold it back in, I think, like the mid-90s, but she still was like designing for
Yeah.
In like 2015, she sold, like, she had no leasing, no nothing.
Oh, so she's like, I'm done.
Yeah. So if she walk into a store and see something that's ugly.
Yeah.
She like, yo, like, I can't do nothing about
I
it.
can't do nothing about that.
But Virgil Abloh, see, I learned this from Earn Your Leisure. Go check out Earn Your Leisure. It's a dope podcast.
Shout out to them guys.
Shout out to them guys, man. They, I lost train of thought. No, but Virgil Abloh, so say he walks into a store and he sees something that he don't like, he still got a say in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if he sees his brand start to decline, he had a termination clause in there the way he could terminate the lease with that company.
Wow.
So you won't see Off-White in Burlington.
Yeah.
You won't see it in TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
It's high end.
He's like, it's going to stay
It's
high
going to
end.
stay high end.
Okay.
So that's the word?
Yeah, that's the
word joint that I had no idea, bro. Like, I thought that he still was a designer. You know, he worked for Louis right now.
Yeah.
So he don't really have he don't design for Off-White, nothing. But he kept his leases. So basically, if you do music, he owns his masters.
Yeah. Which is what you should do when you
if you do clothing, you trademark it.
Yeah. That's you. You should have all the, like, any intellectual property that is out there that you created. Anybody that wants to brand or leverage your brand of any capacity, you want to make sure that the integrity of that brand stays the same. Because what I notice when I see brands that have, like, they sold out and then you find them in, like, the Burlington.
Look at Rockaware.
Yeah.
Rockaware used to be in, like, Macy's.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but you remember Buckle used to sell, like,
Yes.
Sean John, Echo, like, but, like, bro, that stuff was, like, them high-end stores for like, regular clothing, you know what I'm saying? So, but when Jay-Z sold it, that joint started it was academics also was in Burlington, it was in Burlington, and them used to be high-end joints. Mark Echo, when we was in school.
Yes, when we was in school, yes.
That was it.
Dude, like, I was a big Mark Echo fan. I was a big Rockaware fan.
I was a Rockaware, academics.
Platinum Fubu, academics, and Nietzsche, Mecca. Like, bro, like, I'm excited, like, because what that does is with our past experience, and this is something that we'll definitely let you guys eventually see. But we eventually plan to do some merch.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there. Expect, you know, the 𝙿𝚾 be out here with some type of merch for you guys, because we want to make sure that we create a community with you guys. And we want you to feel like you're a part of what we're about, and that, you know, you can actually take us with you wherever you go. And I kind of leave it there. I'll leave it alone from there.
Yeah.
But just to kind of put the seed out there, we're held accountable now.
Held accountable.
But yeah, bro. But that's the old word.
Old word?
Old word. And I'm looking forward to that the audio track when we do that.
Like, I think people gonna like that. I think people gonna like that. Man.
It's gonna be dope.
We drop that in there.
Hit them with that like it's a what a flex bombs real quick. Old word.
Yeah, but man, we are recording in my new spot at a 𝙿𝚾𝙸𝙸𝚂𝙾 Barber Studio. I recently just upgraded to a larger space. Yeah. So we're gonna be doing YouTube here pretty soon.
Oh yes.
And all that good stuff, man. But tonight's subject, man, I want to talk about is comparison, dog, is the thief of joy.
Yes, it is.
And you know, man, look, as a kid, go to the grocery store, you want the Nabiscos. Yeah. You do not want the let's see, Great Value. Yeah. Or I'm trying to think of some other brands, bro, that was just like, you remember when Alto-Meal used to be the worst cereal?
Yeah, Alto-Meal, yeah.
Bro, that cereal is fire now.
It's just fire.
They came now they one of the off-brand joints that came up, but the original 99.2% of the time is better than the fake, the knockoff. Yeah. So, man, we just want to talk about, man, tonight, the original is always better than a copy. Yeah. Man, God has given us all gifts, man. Yeah. And sometimes, man, we look at somebody else's gift and we start comparing ourselves when God has given us a unique skill set to impact this world and bring positivity, good vibes, and just hope to people, bro. Yep. And so, man, if you want to just... I'll let you elaborate a little bit, and then if you got some thoughts.
But no, like I'm glad that you even brought this topic up, bro, because this is the funny thing. Like, I'm sure a lot of you would be like, "Oh yeah, I've kind of heard this song before," right? When he talks about, like, you know, comparison is a thief of joy, try to be yourself, and all this other stuff. The need of it being reiterated is so vital because we live in a comparison society, man. Right? Like, we look at a lot of what people have and what we don't. Yeah. Right? We're so quick to be so pessimistic about our own lives, but we're so quick sometimes to be optimistic about someone else's life. Yeah. Right? Like, oh, bro, you got this. Yeah. Oh, I believe in you, bro. Yeah. I'll cheerlead you on. Right. But when it's your situation, you kind of let a little doubt creep in. Right. Even if you're not one to kind of speak it out into existence out loud. Right. But your actions, your attitude, the internal thoughts of how you deal with things, you kind of have a little bit of doubt about yourself. Most definitely. And we got to look at how far we've come as individuals. Sometimes, and I love that the fact that you brought up with the title, like, Great Value, because like the Great Value brand that Walmart sells, right? Right. But even with the brand that, you know, with Walmart sells, it's a replicate copy of what's already out there. But you also got to remember that you yourself bring great value. Yes. Absolutely. You yourself have great value. Don't be the brand great value. Right. Don't try to replicate what other people are doing. And how do you go about doing that? It's keeping yourself accountable amongst other individuals like me and you, right? Like, being around you holds me accountable to what God called me to be. Right. And even if the areas of what I'm trying to draw near to are a little foggy or I'm not really clear at seeing what that is, that I can have these conversations with you, right, and then you'll give me a perspective that'll make me see things differently. Sometimes we get so caught up into being so solo. Yeah. Like, we think we are our own superhero. Right. But don't recognize our own weaknesses. Right. And
you gotta have somebody in your life who can speak into your life, give you positivity. Yeah. Who can correct you. We don't like this word. But correct us if we wrong in an area. Yeah. Shout out to my man Jason Johnson, man. I had some blind spots in my life, and like, honestly, like, if it wasn't for him, like, really sitting me down, he's my mentor, you know what I'm saying, sitting me down and having a conversation with me and just really showing me those blinders. Yeah. I wouldn't have saw it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, man, that's key, man. Having those people in your life who can speak into your life and give you some good advice and let you know that you have value. Because man, like I know for me, I've dealt with comparison. I've looked at, I do music, and I looked at other artists, but man, I don't do this or I don't do that.
Yeah.
But like, there's people who listen to my music and like text me or inbox like, yo, like that song really spoke to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what I should be focusing on, not comparing myself to somebody else because, man, look, we all do it. We get on our phones, we scroll, and we see these things, and then we internalize it, and then we don't feel like we have value because honestly, Instagram is fake. A lot of the people, if you met them in real life, they have problems just like you.
Oh, yes.
But you can doctor a picture up, put a filter on there, and make it seem like everything is fine when it's not because on the inside you're dying.
Yeah. Bro, like that's part of why like I haven't posted on my personal page since the beginning of the year, and it's not because like because a lot of people they'll put posts on there and be like, you know what, I'm going 0 dark 30 for the next 30 days, dude. Like I just went, I just said like, you know what, I have no need to be on there, and it's not like I personally struggle with a lot of comparison on the platform itself. I think I'm not spending enough time to discover who I really am, right? Like. And so
that's a progression point.
That's a progression point, right? Like you might say to yourself, like, "Oh, I don't be on there really looking to see what other people are doing to try to look at what I'm not doing." But you might be spending too much time on there, just scrolling, just mindlessly, and not putting the proper time in what you should be doing. Period.
Right.
Whether you're comparing yourself or not, you need to be comparing yourself to how far you've come at least.
Yep.
Like where are you trying to go? So if you're going to compare yourself with anything or anybody, compare yourself with you. Of like, where were you at yesterday and how far can I go amongst myself? You are your own competition.
Yep, most definitely.
And
so I know for me, like, I had to shut off Facebook for a while. And I got back on for a couple of days because my mom was here and I just wanted to post some pictures. It was my daughter's birthday and I just wanted to really, just show my baby off because she's beautiful.
Yeah.
But, like, I was listening to this message, man, by 𝙭our Instagram page. And he was saying, like, I'm trying to sum this up, but basically you keep running back to the things that bring you, they make you sad or they bring you down, and God is trying to, like, keep you from them places, but you keep going back.
Yeah.
And, like, I know for me, like, I'm a real, like, sorrow, sadness, sad situations, they weigh on me.
Yeah.
And in fact, unfortunately, man, I got some not so positive people on my Facebook. And so, like, man, just seeing all that negativity and stuff, dog, it just brings me down, bro.
Yeah.
And so I just really had to say, all right, God was like, you need to shut this off.
Yeah.
Don't just deactivate it, stay off of it. And, like, so, like, I had did it for, like, a week or two. And, like, I don't even think about Facebook like that no more. Like, after my mama leave, I'm deactivating it again. Yeah. Because I've had so much clarity. I've had so much more positive vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, I compare myself. But God has helped me to, you know what I'm saying, to overcome that. And I think a lot of us do, man, and then a lot of us, man, we internalize it, and then it turns into depression. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But, like, God has uniquely made each and every one of us, man, for a specific purpose. And I'm a firm believer, you know what I'm saying, that God is the one who gives us purpose, man, and we walk in that purpose. We find that's where our joy and peace lies. But then also, like we talked about last week, being fine in those middle points. You know what I'm saying? A couple of 2 weeks ago, being fine and being okay in that middle and embracing the middle part of your journey. And so I know for me, man, like there's things that I just have to cut out. But bro, I really love what you said, man. Like that's a progression point. Find the time to find out who you really are. Yeah. You got to. You got to, man. Sometimes you might have to be by yourself. Yeah. Like, and when you allow yourself to cut yourself, it's so funny because like when you say that, I was talking to God this morning and I was like, so I'm doing this Daniel fast, right? And it's supposed to allow me to get closer to God. You know? But what I start finding myself do is going on the Tasty app and trying to find recipes that are cool, that are vegan style, Daniel fast style recipes,
that I can be super creative in. And I started saying that I'm finding myself being distracted with that. Like, I am being distracted with trying to find something else to be distracted with, because I feel like, oh, I already gave God my time. I did a Devo today.
Right.
I read some word today. But this is the thing, like, sometimes we think because we sprinkle a little bit of something on it, that that's enough.
A little bit.
Just
a little dab will do you.
A little dab. Like, bro, like, and it's so funny, like, this makes me think about my son. I was telling him this, bro, like, I was like, what makes a cake? I was like, a lot of times people look at a cake and they look at the exterior like, ooh, that's a pretty cake. Yeah. That's a dope cake. And I was telling my son, I was like, if you're caught up in the exterior of things, because I was talking about him and his identity and stuff, and you're looking at what your friends got and what you don't got and thinking about, like, I wonder what he got is real and all. Like, bro, don't worry about what someone else has.
Right.
Like, that, you spending too much energy on that. Like, what you need to focus on is, you know, who are you on the inside, right? Because anybody can have a dope looking cake. But what if that thing is all iced out and then you try to cut into it and there's nothing but a box there?
Right.
There's nothing in it.
No.
There's no substance. And I'm like, I'm telling him this like a week ago, but I'm like, even for myself, like, bro, like, you don't really have any real substance if you're not allowing yourself to kind of like sit and contemplate the word of God.
Right.
Sit and allow yourself to kind of marinate and be aware of the voice of God. Like, and I'm like, God, like, I want to hear your voice. I'm asking for wisdom, but then I start finding myself like getting distracted with other things just so that I can feel like I'm being productive. And it's like, no, if I feel bored or if I feel like, you know, discontent in any capacity, I should be aware of that and be like, Lord, this is where I'm at right now.
Right.
Lead me in the silence.
Right.
Not, oh, I'm gonna just scroll and find something else. Or even now, like, I've been big on like the cooking and stuff, trying to chop up some vegetables and do all this other stuff, trying to be Chef Homeboy RD at the crib. And I'm finding myself trying to be occupying my time with something. Now, I'm being productive, right? Like, I don't want to act like me doing that is not being productive towards cooking, like cooking a meal for the fam. I'm letting the kids see me cook.
Right.
And so, like, I'm being very, like, focused on being, like, a chef in my own right. But at the same time, the value of that time has to coincide with the value of the time I'm spending with God. Like, God, you know, I need to, as I'm cooking, am I spending time with you? Right. Right? And am I finding more about who I am in the act of what I'm doing? It goes back to the middle. In the middle of what I'm doing, am I seeking more awareness of who I am in the middle of what I'm doing? So just like the previous episode in Quattro, like, you guys go back and listen to that episode, really dig into understanding what the middle is about, and then allow that to be something that you're really trying to be mindful of as you're trying to make sure that you're not falling victim to comparison. Yep. Because, bro, it's easy to be distracted. It's easy to be, even if it's not like social media comparison, it can be coworker comparison.
Most definitely.
It can be spousal comparison.
Most definitely.
It could be like, oh, my kids have it better than I did comparison.
Right. It's levels to comparison.
There's levels, bro. There's levels to the devil and his ways of trying to trip us up, bro.
Because, man, what he ultimately wants to do, man, is just get us off our purpose, bro. Yeah. And so he going to use anything that we have a deficiency in. Yes. You know what I mean? To get us off our square. And, like, I know for me, bro, like, comparison, man, like, I'm done with it, bro. Yeah. Because it's a purpose killer, man. Yeah. That's a progression point. Yes. Comparison is a purpose killer. We're going to write that down. Go ahead and write that down real quick. But, man, so y'all, I'm telling y'all, man, don't get into comparison. No. And this is, here's the thing that you guys got to, like, okay, you say don't get into it. What is the certain things that I can do to avoid? Do what, like Corey was saying earlier, like, you know, if you're on social media and you find yourself spending more time on that platform than what you should, then go ahead and deactivate the app. Yep. Gray your phone out. Like, if it is dealing with you being on your phone, feeling like you're not doing enough, right? Because that could make you fall victim to comparison. Yeah. Or have an actual conversation with somebody. Yes. Where we talk about, having accountability, man, with somebody. Have an actual relationship with somebody, man. Get off that doggone phone. Get off the phone. since I'm trying to be off my phone more, I walk around and I'm looking and I'm like, yo, people just got their heads down in this,
oh my God.
in this phone, man.
Bro, and kind of, you know what this just hit for me, bro? Like, you ever see that movie back in the day with Roddy Piper? Roddy Piper. So you remember the movie that he was in? It was called They Live.
I remember him being in the movie, but I don't remember.
So what it was is, it was kind of like these aliens took over the world, right? He's just walking down the street. The movie starts off just so plainly like that. He's walking down the street. He gets these glasses. He puts them on. He can see behind every propaganda thing.
Oh,
bro, like he'll look at a billboard and it says "Obey me" when he puts the glasses on.
Yeah, I remember
but then when he takes it off,
it says
whatever.
For sure.
And then he looks at money and it says "I am your God" with the glasses on. And then he takes it off. It's money.
Yeah.
And what we got to do is, what lenses are you wearing? Just, you know what I'm saying? What lens are you looking through in your life? Are you getting caught up with propaganda? Are you watching how they live? Or are you watching how you should live?
Yeah.
And to me, if you haven't seen that, YouTube it. I'm sure it's probably on Hulu or Fire Stick. I'm sure, you know, a lot of you cats probably out there codying it up.
Yeah.
I'm one of them. I ain't gonna lie. I got it myself. Or cinema. But it just gave me a perspective of, like, what lens am I seeing life through? Am I being caught up in propaganda? Am I chasing something that doesn't really matter? Am I living out my God-given purpose?
Am I seeing it through the lens of how God sees it?
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to, bro.
Yeah.
Am I seeing it in the lens that God sees me in? And if you know your real value, like really know your value, like you are here for a purpose. Think about it like for people who think like they are not supposed to be here, like say like you might not feel like you should be in the circumstance that you're in. I get that. But your existence has nothing to do with your circumstance.
That's good.
And when you allow your circumstance to define you more than your own existence, then that means that you put more value on things that weren't even here prior to you or things that didn't come until after you got here. Yeah. And just think about it like a smartphone. iPhones didn't exist. I know I was already alive.
Right.
I didn't feel the need that I needed to have an iPhone until it came out.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I'm willing to work hard and go stand in line and all this other stuff when it comes out. And I'm like, I'm putting all this value in an inanimate object on something that if the company failed today, am I going to be, is my identity wrapped up in that?
Right, right.
Am I going to be like, oh no, I got to go to Android now? Like, bro, the whole purpose of a cell phone is to communicate. Ain't that the whole purpose of it?
Whole purpose.
Like, isn't like the purpose of a building is to facilitate like a space for work and functionality?
Yep.
Isn't the purpose of clothing just to put something on your body so that you're not walking around here butt naked?
Yep.
Right? The purpose of purpose of just food in general is just to give you sustenance so that you can live.
The purpose of a vehicle is just to get you from point A to point B. But people go into debt trying to keep up with the Joneses, knowing you ain't got a Cadillac budget, but you got a Buick budget.
Buick budget.
Ain't nothing wrong with the Buick. As long as that joint clean, it's getting you to point A to point B. Now you can progress.
Yes. You can progress.
With your gift that God has given you, you know what I'm saying? You put it to use. You know what I'm saying? You can one day drive that other type of car that you want.
Yep.
But like, man, being like comparing.
Yeah.
Dog. I told myself, man, like, delayed gratification.
Yes.
And not jumping the gun because I want it or I see somebody else with it. Yeah. Not comparing what I'm driving with somebody else. Yeah. Nah, man. That's how you get into financial ruin.
Yeah,
you know
buddy.
what I'm saying? So, but nah, man, I really want to stress, man, like this, don't compare, man, because if you guys don't know, like I had hoodies and stuff that said purpose, and like I'm a firm believer, man. It's like Ty was saying, like everybody has a purpose, a God-given call upon their life, and like, man, just really lock in 2020 and seek God, seek your Father, your daddy, man. Like, what is it, God, that I'm here for? What is it, my purpose? And like a lot of times, your purpose is in the things that you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not some grand, like, spooky, ooh, like, okay, one of the things that I've always loved is music.
Yeah.
I love music. I loved to talk. Mm-hmm. Hence, I got a podcast now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I know, like, you know, this is what Ty and I, you know, God linked us up for. This is one of the purposes. You know what I'm saying? For one thing, we brothers, but I feel like He linked us up to do this podcast, man, and like, we just really want to do this to the best of our abilities and steward this thing well, and not look at other people's podcasts and their success, but we can look at it to strive, you know what I'm saying, or just, you know, see and glean things from them and learn from them, but like not compare and just be consistent in what we're doing. And, you know, we know that we'll reach people. Yep. Because, man, people dealing with real stuff, man, and like, I would hate to be a young lady today.
Oh, my God.
Like, I got a daughter, man. You know what I'm saying? And like, you got two, I got one, and like, just I would hate to be a young lady today, man. Yeah. Because they don't, all this stuff that you see on TV, fly look big, but they have to compete with all this fake eyelashes. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, because you know what I'm saying. But
we're not shaming you. Women
no, not at all.
What we're saying is that there's a lot of women that find dependency on. They think they have to look a certain way.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
Their value is found in the need of those things, not just the interest of saying, "Hey, I'm just turning myself up because I like it."
And I'm about to go out with my boo and I want to look good.
Yeah.
Because I like the makeup, I like the lashes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about from the aspect of, I guess, with that being a standard.
A standard and falling victim to vanity.
Yeah. So, man, dog, if y'all knew this mosquito that's in this studio right now, and we can't catch him, so if y'all hear some claps, that's what it is. But, nah, man, it's crazy, but we got 32 minutes in, and I don't really have nothing.
But this is good, though. Like, what it is like, sometimes I feel like what we give you guys, I feel like sometimes enough can be enough.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I think like what we giving y'all is an opportunity to give us some feedback, because we desire the feedback, we desire the shares and the likes and the comments. We want your feedback. Comments is king. Yep. Right? Y'all, I know y'all might be some big Gary Vee fans, some of y'all who are into that content and stuff like that when they say content is king. But I feel like what we are doing, and bro, that's another shirt right there. Comments is king. Yeah. Like we live and our platform thrives off of comments, like, because we want to have a conversation. Yep. And, you know, with our community, and we want y'all to feel like, you know, you are being heard. Yeah. A lot of our subject matter too, and the things that we kind of dive into, are tangible things that we've heard from other people. Yep. Conversations we've had, or things that they've shared, and we want to make sure that the community is being felt and understood, and that we're not just speaking from just our own personal worldviews, but that we want to also bring other people in. Yep.
And like, man, I just want to say this to all my fellas out there. I'm a man, so I'll deal with it too. So don't sit there and listen to this, but I don't deal with it. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So, man, I just want to say, man, you guys are enough, man. Like, I love y'all, man. Like, you got a purpose, and I want to see you fulfill it. And I know for me, like, man, like, my purpose, one of my main purposes, though, man, is being a husband, great husband, a great father, loving my wife, leading my kids, helping them find their purpose and their passion. And, you know, a father is so important, because he is the one who leads that child into their destiny. Yeah. And then once that child understands who they are, they won't really fall into comparison, because they'll have laser focus on what it is that you know, God has intended for them. You know what I'm saying? So, man, fathers, you are important, man, and we need y'all more than ever today, man. And guys, man, I know y'all fall victim to comparison, man. Just trusting who you are, but most importantly, man, like, trusting who God has created you to be. And man, this is episode 5, man. Cinco. So, man, we're about to sign off this boy, man. We have a Twitter now.
Yeah.
It's at the Progression Point Podcast. We also have a Facebook that'll be up and running here shortly. It's at the same thing. Everything is the same thing, man. It's the Progression Point Podcast for all of our social media handles. With that being said, this is Corey.
This is Ty.
And this is the Progression Points. Love y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.